Alright, I've been out here for a little bit. I started messing with the pillars. I forgot to show you how I was going to attach them. Now, the way I have them sitting, I've got that one, and that one finished. And they are kind of leaning a little precariously. That's because of the ground underneath. And I probably could shim them, which I might end up doing, I don't know. But I think they're fine. What I did is I've got a 5-foot long stake stuck inside of them. And this one I'm just getting ready to start, and I remembered I needed to grab the camera. But what I did is I'm placing one of the grooves right against the stake and then running a screw in like I did here on each segment to hold the segments together, and it also holds it to the pole so they won't tip if it gets windy. And that's the first step in doing these, is getting them attached to the stakes. Then I've got garland and lights. I'll start on the back up at the top, and we'll do a swirl going down on each pillar. Should be around 500 lights or so, is my thinking. I gotta check the strings, how many lights there are on the string. But we're gonna do that. We'll get the pillars done today. We'll get the skeletal choir out here today, get it installed. And then we'll move on to other things that go on out here in this opening. We won't have it all wired today, but we will have the majority of it installed today. Okay, I'm trying to figure out how I was going to do the nighttime shot for you guys, because I normally turn everything on at night when I call it quits. You can see everything lit up. Problem is today things are so spread out, I don't have things wired, so I'm going to have to do it one at a time. And we're going to start out with the Wacka Penguin. We got him placed. There's 5 lights for your counter. The next one is the Little Penguin and Mailbox. Mailbox has 150. The Little Penguin has 3 in there. There's 2 burned out though, I'm going to need to fix. And the last piece is the one I've been working on most of the day, and that's our choir, our skeleton choir. I do not have it lit up yet. You will get a shot of that once it gets dark right before I quit, but I did want to show you the effect. Let's get a little closer look at it. And I should note the set dresser has been out here. She's been helping with the choir, but she's been putting some decorations up on the net lights and stuff too, on some of the bushes. She went through and did all the wreaths and everything. And there's a set dresser running away from the camera. Oh, you know folks, she hates being on camera even for a little bit. But we've got a conductor, and then we've got the choir and the robes. Those are our actual choir robes. I got those off of eBay. Found 6 of them for 40 bucks, so I went ahead and snatched them. Most of them was like 60 bucks for one robe. And then the wife made these yellow sashes to go on them. And then each of the pillars I wrapped with garland and lights. And we've got a couple of specialty lights we're putting in too, and I'll be doing that here in a little bit. But there's a good look at our choir. I will show it to you tonight all lit up. I'm really curious to see what it's going to look like tonight. Okay, after dark, I've got Sue out here with me. We're messing around with blow-ups. Here's another blow-up for you. 22 lights, believe it or not. There are 22 lights, and little fake Christmas lights around the outside edge, all light up. So there's 22 lights there. All right, time to call it quits. Wanted to show you the choir. That, and it's starting to sprinkle. I think it's just a passing cloud or not. We might get some rain overnight though. But there's our choir. Now I'm using orange and purple. I don't know why I'm aiming the camera toward me because you can't see me. Orange and purple lights on the pillars. Left over from my haunt. We didn't use them this year, so we're using them at Christmas. And then I have a ice and firelight out here causing the twinkling effect. And I'm half tempted to put something on him, the conductor there. All you can see is his silhouette. But we got some singing elves, or singing skeletons, and we got one here not singing. He's clammed up. There we go. That's a little bit better. But there's 100 lights on each of the 5 pillars, so that's 500, and then we've got the fire and the ice lights down below for 502. That's not too bad, I don't think. So we got that done today. We got the whack-a-mole, the toy box, actually Jack in the Box, the igloo, as well as a small penguin and his mailbox out today. So that is some progress. And I was talking to my neighbor over by where the choir is over there, which was kind of funny. She came out of her house to run an errand, and I was just installing the skeletons. They were not dressed yet, and I did not have the conductor up. She took one look, and you can just see her face darken. She didn't say anything. Got into her car, left. By the time she come back, I had the skeletons in the choir robes, and I had the conductor out and dressed. Or Sue-Ann was just finishing him on. She didn't say, took a look, went inside, didn't say a thing. And I noticed her looking out her window off of her driveway. She kept looking. Finally, when I looked up and saw her looking out the window, she was smiling. And she noticed I'd seen her. And she comes up, Mike, I gotta talk to you. And I go, you're gonna object to the skeleton, the choir? She said, yeah, at first I was going to. I didn't think it was appropriate. But once you got the choir robes on and you got the conductor out, and him, I don't know what it was about the conductor being out there. But she said, I think that is so damn cute. You gotta leave it. But she did have an objection, and every year I ask her about it too, and she's always said, no, they're fine, they're fine. But the 3 elves with the packages that I put out, she asked me, is there any way you could do just 2, or if you could do 4, but not 3? And I was thinking, well, what's wrong with having 3 skeleton elves carrying packages? She says, because it reminds me and some of my guests of the 3 wise men, and you're making fun of the 3 wise men. And I go, that's furthest from the truth. There were supposed to be Santa's helpers and 3 elves, skeleton elves. I didn't even think about the 3 wise men. But she said, yeah, that to me is kind of offensive. You know, is there any way you could adjust it for this year? And I go, well, this year they're set for 3. Next year, you know, I can do something. Anyway, I'm sitting here thinking about it, and with the choir out there this year, I'm thinking I'm probably only going to do 2 of the elves. Hey guys, sorry about that. I've been out here for a little bit working, and I forgot to grab you guys. Glad I grabbed you when I did. Been working on the mini pillars. You know, they're about half pillars of what the choir's got. We're still working kind of on placement, but now you get kind of an idea. We're going to put a polar bear on one, and then this one's going to hold a package, and we'll have the 2. We're going to do 2 skeletons on either side holding packages, and we're trying to figure out placement. We kind of got that one where it wants. Come on, Sue, you're already on camera, even though I'm not talking to you. They saw you come out the door. But we got the, you get over here next to me, then you won't be on camera unless I do that. And I promise I won't do that all that much. But we got the polar bear kind of where we want. I got to turn the column a bit. But our thing is, and if you notice, we moved the igloo. I don't want to bury the stuff that's in back. You know, the bit blow-ups in the back. But yet, I don't want this as close to that as we've got it. And since this is going to have 2 skeletons on it, I don't want it over here by the choir. I want to balance it out. I want the choir over here and the package skellies over there. So we're trying to figure out how to do this. And I'm looking at the igloo now, And you get a shot of the whack-a-mole back there. Or whack-a-penguin. Then you got this. Why would I need to kibitz a little bit? Well, I figured I'll give you kind of a midday update, show you what we've gotten done so far. We did move the igloo to the back, and I put the whack-a-mole out here. Or actually, it's whack-a-penguin, not whack-a-mole. So we got the igloo. Then we got the Christmas skellies in. Now, I was supposed to have 3 skeletons, but after talking to my neighbor, I decided to take 1 skeleton away. End of the day, figured I'd show you what I did get done today. We've got the polar bear there. There's 151 lights. The polar bear only has 1 very weak LED in it. The skeleton's back there, and they'll show up more once all the other lights are on. There's 153 there. And then we've got the penguin family. And this one is hard to say. The slide has 150. And the whole slide does blink. It's just the front half starts blinking at a different rate. The adult penguin there with a hat on it is about 100 lights. And the mommy over here, which is a little darker, is also another 100 lights, but there's only 50 working. The whole back half of it, even though I checked all the bulbs in it, it didn't want to come on. This is probably going to be the last year for the penguin family altogether. They're just getting old. They're starting to cause problems. There's problems with the wiring. But there's your totals for tonight. We've got 151, 153, 250, 300 here. Well, I'd say good morning, but it's more like good evening. We've been on the go all day today. I haven't had really time to do much of anything out here today on the Christmas side other than getting the blow molds out. We got Frosty out, we got Santa out, we got them staked into place, and then we got the penguin family over here, and they're staked into place. So that's about as far as we've gotten out here today. I just got back. Truck's been in the shop, getting some work done on it. And I just got home from that. It's just been constant go. I haven't been at home hardly at all today. What we're getting ready to work on now is basically the last piece. And that's these here. These go in front of the fencing. And then these will go somewhere in the yard. I'm not sure where. I haven't decided that yet. But I'm going to try to get a few of those candy canes in tonight. You will probably not get a shot of them tonight working out here. So, but I will get you the light count on them probably tomorrow. Okay, got the candy canes in. Went to put these little guys out. I've had these for ages. I got them as a Christmas present years ago when we first started the display. Plugging them in, they're not coming on. And they're a pain in the butt to try to get to the bulbs. They're falling apart, they're curling, they're going in the trash. Screw it. I've been working on Christmas lights every frickin' night until bedtime since I started this project. I'm done with them, so screw them. I'll give you a look here. Not much really to see, just Christmas lights. Or I should say just the candy canes. The blow molds are extremely bright. I'm thinking I might swap out the bulbs in them so they're not so bright. Because they really are bright. So I might do that. But we got the candy canes and we got some headlights coming by. But I might do that. But on the blow mold, if you're doing the light count, that's 2. 1 and 1. On the candy canes, there's 6 lights per candy cane. And there's 24 candy canes. I did the math on my calculator. If I did it right, it's 144 lights. So I add 144 to the total. Now, technically, out of all the tubs and everything, since I'm throwing the little penguins away, that should be it. But I've got one specialty light left. Okay, the last light fixture is out. And if you notice, it's one of those laser lights. The only thing, I'm looking at it now, and I don't have the rest of the display on naturally. But I turned on the Eve because I wanted to see how this reacted with all the white light up there. And we were going to put it on the house over here. It looked okay. It showed, but once you get all the blow-ups and stuff in, it's going to block it. So I decided not to put it there. But one thing I am noticing with this is those icicle lights are just so damn bright. Way brighter than I really want them to be. I am seriously thinking about unplugging them. But then I'd have to get the ladder out, get up there, and take them down too. And I don't know. But I'm seriously thinking next year I'm going to replace those icicle lights. Get rid of the LED ones. I don't like, they're just way too bright. But anyway, I use this. We bought this last year, this laser light. Sorry about that. I went and unplugged the Eve. Makes it a little darker out here. I bought this laser light. Yeah, maybe I might have. Yeah, I got dots on me. You can see me. But I bought the laser light last year when we did just the blow-ups. Swan wanted more lights on the house, so I went and bought this. And it came in really nice in the clown hallway. People like the effect of it. And all. My truck's even being lit up. And there's a few on the house. And I know you can't see with this camera, but at the top of the pine tree in the next yard, there's 4 lights up there even. Power lines being hit by a couple. But I had a question. It's one light fixture with 2 lasers in there. One green, one red. But it's casting all these points of light. When I go to do my light total, what do? Do I come out here and count each point of light, or do I just say 1 for one light fixture? I mean, it's like the strings of lights. There's 150 light bulbs on the string, so you count 150 lights. You don't say it's just one string of lights. It's 150 lights. Same thing with this. It's only one fixture, but it's creating thousands of points of light. In which case, if your other theory that I say it's 1,000 points of light, and I should add that to the total, if someone's anal enough, you want to sit down and count all the points of light for me? There's easy 1,000 lights right there, easy, if not more now. But anyway, I think we're going to mount that. And what I might do, I think tomorrow, is I'm going to come in, and instead of having it stake to the ground, and I know you really can't see it, and you can't see this, I'm going to mount it to the top of the stake here and have it pointed over that way. That way it's not getting hit and what have you. I think for now, we are officially done with setup. Tomorrow we are going to move into getting this all wired, and we should have it all wired tomorrow, and it won't take long to wire it. Should be 3 different runs, 3 different power cords to power all this. It's just a matter of making sure everything gets plugged in. Greetings, people. This should be the last official day of setup for the Christmas display. We've got everything's out except for this, and I gotta get that installed, and it's going right here on the corner, and we're gonna have it aimed at the bushes. I've also got the small penguin over there in the arch. I need to replace a couple of bulbs in, and then we got the Santa and the Frosty. While their lights are working, they're 60-watt bulbs. They're too bright, just way too bright. So I need to get some 40-watt bulbs, and I need to get the bulbs for the little penguin over there too. So I'm going to do a quick run up to Ace before I get started out here and get that. But the last thing I need to really do out here today, other than the bulbs and this, is we've got to get everything wired and hooked up to their timers and stuff so they're ready to turn on their own. So I don't have to throw a switch. Half the problem is I remember to turn them on. I forget to turn them off at night. So the timers come in handy for turning them off. So I've got to do that. I'm going to go do that now, and then when we get back, we'll get going in on wiring. As to light count, added it all up last night. And for those that were just waiting for me to announce it, that didn't add it up themselves, 7,451 lights. Technically, we should have 7,601 lights. But there's 50 on the big tree, on the icicle lights I didn't turn on. There's 50 on the big bush that aren't working. And there's 50 in the mama penguin that aren't working. So that's an extra 150 lights. But still, 7,451 lights isn't too bad. Okay, all work's complete. We got all the wiring done. We've got their timers set up. And I think I mentioned my other timers were pretty much toast. So I went down and bought 3 new timers. You can set them to turn on and off by remote. And you can set them to turn on at dusk and turn off at dawn. They have a light sensor on them. Or you can have them turn on at dusk and you can program them for 2, 4, 6, and 8 hour period. And then they automatically turn off after, it reaches that countdown. Right now, I've got them set for running on the remote. And we'll get out here tonight and we'll give you a look at the display section by section. Section number 1 is going to be the eave of the house up there. Section number 2 is the skeletons, the bushes, the tree, the choir, and the 2 blow-ups there. And then section 3 is the fence, that bush, and everything else out here. And we'll give you a look at those at night. If you would like to see the full display turned on all at once, every year on Thanksgiving, I do a Christmas light vlog. And it shows the lights usually coming on, and then a night shot of it. This year I might switch it up and just do the night shot, because the daytime shots, it's like you're looking at it now, you really don't see anything other than the blow-ups blowing up. So that will be out sometime Thanksgiving Day, usually in the evening. I know everyone's busy with traveling and stuff on Thanksgiving, but it'll be up and viewable. There's our first system. That's the eaves up there, of course. There's circuit number 2. And here's circuit number 3. There we go. And then we got the Whack-A-Penguin over here. Get a little closer because you really can't see it without all the other lights on. Give you a little bit more of a close-up on this one. Penguin family. The elves there are on circuit number 2. And then you got the polar bear. So there you go. There's your look at the Christmas lights for this vlog. That's all you're going to get. Sometime on Thanksgiving Day, I don't know if it'll be during the day or in the evening. I realize a lot of you are going to be traveling, but tune in Thanksgiving Day, and we'll have the official video with all the lights turned on together. Oh, and I forgot to show you this here. I'm not sure if it's going to show up on this camera, but you saw the main part of the house. I forgot to show you those there. I don't know if those are showing up or not. They might be, might not be. But I got the laser lights going. When it gets a little darker out here, they'll show a little bit better. But you can kind of see them on my truck. I'm hoping the good camera will show them a little bit better. But we got that. But anyway, with that, I'm going to wish you all a very Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, Happy Hanukkah, and we'll see you in the vlogs. So you guys take care, and with that, we will say good night.